Hello, my name is Hector. Welcome back to How to Play FTB Revelation. How's it going? How are you all doing? Hope you're doing well. Last episode we set up all of these material stoneworks factories, and you can see now, look at that. We have a lot of stuff now. We have a lot of materials available, which is pretty excellent. We have so much stuff now that I had to craft a few extra cells, because you can see it's getting pretty full, even though all of these materials are stored in here. Cobble basically filled up, so I had to craft some more storage, and this filled up. Oh, we're pretty good now. Okay, cool. So we're doing quite well. Power wise, we are at 99% still, which is pretty amazing actually, because I know I dumped some more uranium in there last episode, but I haven't done anything else in there, and it's still at 99%. So we're pretty easy and going. So I said that we were going to start looking into building, and we're going to look into some building mods that are very fundamental to modded building, to building in modded Minecraft. And one of the first ones that you'll come across is the better builders ones. Okay, and you can see there are 4 varieties. There's the stone, iron, diamond, and unbreakable. Okay, and they're fairly easy to craft. If we look quickly at the recipes, that is the basic crafting recipe. And then iron, diamond, and then the unbreakable one. And you can see there's some extra recipes here. It's a bit odd. It's a bit odd because sometimes when extra utilities is installed, you can see there's a builder's one there, and there's a bit of a conflict or a difference in how these work. And I've been testing this out, and I can't find exactly what it is. There's a creative one and a destruction wand in extra utilities 2 as well, but it doesn't seem to be affecting FTB Revelation. So usually, if extra utilities is installed, you should make the unbreakable wand with an extra utilities builder's wand. Otherwise you won't get the full range, but it doesn't seem to be affecting it. So usually, and I know this is starting to get confusing, but the better builder's wands, if you use 2 of these, you can basically double the amount of blocks that you can place. But like I say, it doesn't seem to be affecting it, so that's just in case you're having differences in what I'm telling you, then that might be the case using one of those builders ones. But anyway, let's get on to it. So what do these things do? Let us go somewhere where there's a little bit more space. Is there? Oh, there. Look at that. Look at that. That's nice. Nice and happy. Over here. Right. So what do these things do? Well, it's a good question. So at some point in your modded life, you will want to place a lot of blocks. That's just bound to happen at some point. And these wands will allow you to do this. So obviously the stone wand is the worst one, and it's the cheapest one, so it's fair enough. So you can see it places 5 blocks like that. There we go, like that. It only places them horizontally, it doesn't place them vertically. Okay, and you can see it takes durability when you do that. The iron wand, I think, is 9 blocks, but it can also, if we look this way, let's do that for a second. There we go. It can also do vertical blocks. So why are you? There we go. There it is. And you can see from iron onwards there are different modes. And you can see mode horizontal, so obviously that is that. There's vertical extended, and this starts to get a little odd. You'll have to play around with the modes to see what they do. I don't really want to go into it fully, but there you go. You can see it does vertical as well as horizontal depending on the mode. Now the diamond, you can see immediately. The iron one didn't do that. The diamond one immediately wants to place all blocks everywhere. And the diamond one can place, I think, 1,500, just over 1,500 blocks at the same time. So pretty big, pretty amazing. You can see whichever way you place it, it always wants to place blocks, which is pretty great. Pretty brilliant. You can see it immediately syncs up to whatever you're doing. So that's one thing you need to be careful of. And again, it has different modes depending on how you want to do. The keybind for that, I didn't say so far, is M for Mike. So that's the default keybind. So you can play around with that, and different, obviously, modes do different things. And it's pretty handy. And then obviously the Unbreakable Wand is, as it says, unbreakable. It doesn't take any durability, and it can place. I think the default in the mod is it can place an entire inventory of blocks, which is a ridiculous amount. The conflict with extra utilities is that if you don't make it with that, in some mod packs or in some instances, I don't know, is that it only can place 64 blocks. But I've tested it, and this is doing more than 64 blocks, so I don't know. Like I say, it should be a whole inventory. So, but I haven't tested that because that's a lot of blocks. Now, this is the big thing that a lot of people don't know about the Builder's Wands, is that say you're doing stuff, and like say I wanted to just do the vertical, and accidentally I did that, and I go, oh man, I did not want to do that. I did not want to do that, because trust me, at some point you will do that. Well, all you need to do is type in wand oops, and the oops needs to have a capital letter, okay? Just one capital O. Very important. If you do it without the capital, it doesn't work. Oh, there you go. I need to run it with the actual wand in my hand. Let's try that again. Bam. There you go. And it undoes your error, your mistake. Now, as you can see, I didn't realise that you needed the actual wand in your hand. There is a limit to this. It only undoes the last thing that you do. So if I did that twice, and you can see it's done the entire thing now, it will only undo the last one. If I try again, it just goes, I can't remember. So that is the better Builder's Wands. That's a little overview of that. Let's move on to the Chisel mod. So the Chisel mod, not to be confused with Chisel and Bits, we will be covering that probably in the next episode, because that's a whole entire different thing of itself. We are talking about chisel, okay, just regular chisel, and there are 3 chisels to be had, and then the auto chisel, okay. So we have, again, very simple, iron and stick, then diamond and stick, then then the diamond chisel with some redstone and gold, okay, for the ichisel. So what do these things do? Well, they allow you to change the blocks. So if we just click on it, just right click, it opens up a little GUI, and what you can do is pop some material in there. It doesn't work for all materials. So for instance, I think it doesn't work on wood, oak wood, just like logs, there you go. But it should, I do believe it works on planks. And there we go, it does. So what happens is that you can basically change the blocks into a different type of block. Very simple, it chisels them. So for instance, cobblestone, let's try the weathered bricks, and then you can see you get weathered bricks, which is a lovely thing. And then if you wanted to change them back to cobble, you can. Very nice and simple. You can see it's taken durability. And that is the iron one. So that's a pretty good one in and of itself. The diamond chisel is a little bit different. As you can see, it's got things. It's got stuff. So the diamond one is a little bit different in the sense that for a start, you don't have to go into the GUI to change blocks. You can just start left clicking and then doing that. So you can just cycle through everything if you wanted to. I don't know why you would, but you can. It is possible. But if we look in like that, you can basically start. You can obviously do the same sort of thing, but you can also do stuff like that. So we've set it to column now, and there you go. See? Oh, look at that. How very nice. And you can see it can do rows or like a panel, a 3x3 square of blocks. So that is the diamond chisel. So pretty nice. Then we come to the ichisel, and this is the most wonderful thing. As you can see, there's a preview, and it can do other things like that. So this here is the same sort of thing, and you can basically see if we were to choose that, it does. It's got a few more contiguous area and contiguous 2D. So basically that's 3D, obviously that's 2D, and it just changes a big area, as you can see, an area of alike blocks extending 10 blocks along the plane of the current side. So mess around with that. I don't tend to use those really. I don't tend to use it much like that, but you can do if you so wanted. And then here you can see it does different things as well. But the big thing is that once you select a block like this, you can see that all of the chisel is highlighted, or all of the cobblestone, I mean, is highlighted in my inventory. And what it means is if I were to just do let's do a different block. Let's do this cobblestone. Was it a marker? A marker. If I just did that one, you can see it just does the one that I originally wanted. Okay, so come on, there we go. Chisel back to cobble. But if, say, I wanted to chisel all the cobble in my inventory, if I hold shift, you now can see it, and you can see that that goes to blue as well. Bam! It does everything. So that's an amazing little feature. That's an amazing feature, and it really helps. Now, lastly, we have the auto chisel. Okay, the auto chisel is, where are you? Not a very hard block to make at all, and it does really what you'd think. So you have to put a chisel in there for a start, and then you can basically put a block, a chisel block, the one that you want to turn into, and then voila, it does it for you. So you can basically set this up to automatically. If you need a lot of blocks chiseling, then your auto chisel is a way forward, and you can obviously pipe things into and out of that if you want, like stacks and stacks of blocks. So there you go, the chisel mod. It works with most vanilla blocks, and if you type in @chisel, you should be able to see there's a lot of different blocks, and if you go into it, JEI will generally tell you the types of block. Now, in this GUI, the one on the top left is always the base block, the standard block. Okay, so if we look at one of the cobble ones, you can see the cobblestone is the base block, and here it's the block of coal. So you'll be able to see the different types of block. It works on glass. Glass is a really good one to use it for. Glowstone, lots and lots of options. So have fun with that mod. And lastly, we're going to look at ArchitectureCraft. And finally, we have ArchitectureCraft, and you can see the various shapes, the amazing cool shapes that you can make with ArchitectureCraft. Now if you click on them, you can see there's no recipe, and that's because you need an architect's saw bench. I made that fairly simply. The only thing that you won't know is that and that, which is, I mean, it's so cheap, it's almost nothing. And then there is a hammer and a chisel. I don't ever actually use the chisel, but it's made with orange dye and then just sticks like that. Very, very simple and nice and simple. So you put it down, there you go, very, very lovely. It looks quite cool, like a little pedal that you can do. And thankfully you don't actually have to click it and to make it do anything. But you can see there's this lovely little GUI and all of the block types that you can do in all of the categories. Okay, that is how it works. And you can see it says 1 makes 2, which is pretty nice. 1 makes 4. So that's the amount of blocks that one block will make into however many blocks, if that makes sense. So if we do that, we'll put some of that in, you can see you get 2 roof tiles. Okay, that's how that works. Now this pretty much works with almost any block. I've not found very many blocks that ArchitectureCraft doesn't work with. So for instance, even the chiseled blocks, it is completely happy to do it with, which is amazing, like totally amazing. And if we put the oak planks back in, you can see there are different categories. Rounded. We can make spheres. We can make spheres, rounded corners. I mean, look at it. It is amazing. Classical is great. I mean, this obviously works really well with marble or quartz, anything white like that. You can see you can make cornices. It's an amazing mod. Windows, window frames, corner windows. How great is that? Archers, if you want to make big, exciting structures, archers are great. These obviously work well. You can see railings if you want to do interior decorating and other. And these are more like your general like Minecraft normal blocks. So slabs, obviously, stairs. If there aren't, if there's a block that you want a stair of that doesn't exist, that is that. That one I really quite like, so you can even just do it with that, which is, it's one of these blocks that is really hard to get in look at it in Minecraft, and you can see now that if you place these down, they go weird, and that's what the hammer is for. You can just turn those around. The chisel generally is, I think it's for some of these blocks have like two different block types, and you can chisel it off. But like I say, I've never actually used the chisel in this mod pack, so your mileage might vary, but the hammer is a very important thing. And you can see, let's go back to roofing. Let's make a few of these, and you can see basically if you put one down, it might go into a different direction, but once you place it down, it should sort of snap to it. You can see that one didn't because I was right the way around, but obviously with the hammer you can turn it round. So the hammer is really, really necessary in making this mod work. But like I say, I really love this mod. It's an amazing mod, and that really enhances. Look at the window, and you can see it. Oh, you can see it snaps. There we go. Look at that. You can make some really cool stuff with it. Put it there. Let's turn you around again. There we go. Look at that. How excellent is that? So there you go. Those are 3 excellent mods to be using in modded Minecraft building. Like I said, we'll have a look at Chisel and Bits next time, and then probably the time after that we'll actually do some building in modded Minecraft. But I wanted to show you some of the mods that you can build first and give you a little bit of an insight. So hopefully that's helped. If it has, a like or comment is very much appreciated, and of course make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with the series. We've still got a fair amount of stuff left to go over, so hopefully these things are still helping. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Hector, this has been How to Play FTB Revelation, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.